Well, Daniela Donkus, thank you very much for joining me. You're working for Scales for Justice,
yes,
an international NGO,
yes,
focused on basic freedoms.
The four fundamental freedoms. Yes.
Great. Now, the reason I'm sitting with you here in the study is that you have been to Palestine, and you're working in Palestine.
Yes.
And you've also been to Pakistan.
Also, yeah.
And you have watched very closely Kashmir activists at the UN.
I do.
So my question to you is, why is it that there is so much effective Palestine advocacy and maybe not nearly as effective advocacy on Kashmir? Why is that?
Well, first of all, I would like to say that, of course, the conflict in Kashmir and Palestine have similarities, many similarities. You have tremendous human rights violations, you have occupation. So we have many issues in common we're working on. So, of course, I appreciate very much my friends from Kashmir, those I meet at the UN. I've been participating in many panels together with them. So, actually, of course, the Palestinian conflict goes back to the UN resolution that divided the area into Israel and Palestine. So the UN has a special focus and responsibility when it comes to this conflict. So that the UN basically created the situation, of course, in 1948 when they divided the area into Israel and...
so you say the UN is more focused and more aware about Palestine than Kashmir?
They have a special focus on this area because they have a special responsibility by creating this conflict through a UN resolution. There are many UN agencies working, of course, on the issues, and we have OCHA, we have a special rapporteur on the situation.
And they're all focused in Palestine. But my question, Danny, is not that. My question is, what about the NGOs, the international human rights activists? Like, for example, I have you. Of course, you're well aware and versed. You have knowledge about Palestinian-Israeli issues. How come we don't see as many rights activists worldwide having more information about Kashmir?
Well, I have to say that I didn't know much about the situation in Kashmir before going to Pakistan and also before meeting people at the UN who talk about the situation. So there have been many UN resolutions on Palestine, but very few on Kashmir. Very few reports, very few decisions on Kashmir. So Palestine is much more well known. And Kashmir, I think it's coming. It's increasing.
Okay. And what can we do more?
What you have to do is really lobby with other NGOs. Really find those you have common grounds with, like those who are working on Palestine, other occupied territories. You have to introduce people to the conflict through a historical background. Give them the historical background. And then it's very important to point out what the people are suffering, because that's my approach to Palestine. When I speak about Palestine, I don't speak about politics. I speak about people who suffer from the situation. And that's what finally makes the difference, That's what impacts.
That's very interesting. What about, and when I have other questions to ask you also, Daniela, but as an effective lobby, I wouldn't call you a lobbyist, you're basically an activist. If you can give, some of my viewers are actually activists, young activists themselves,
yes,
and they want to work for Kashmir. Is there, from your experience, any advice you'd like to give them to be effective activists?
What is very effective is documentation. Documentation and video platforms. Give cameras to the people, let them document what is going on the ground, and spread it widely. Create a platform where you share the information, and where people from the outside can see what is going on the ground. So you need people to report from the ground as much as possible. Videos, testimonies, anything that's happening, and then create statistics. Data, hardcore data, that people from the outside can use to understand the situation.
Yeah, it's very effective.
Present.
You've been to Pakistan as well,
yes,
and I know that you have also an affiliation with many Pakistanis, and also including Pakistani Christians.
That's true. So I came to Pakistan in 2011 for the first time, and I went to Karachi and also to Islamabad, where I visited the Christian minorities in the country. And I have to say, it was an amazing experience. The people in Pakistan are they are so welcoming, you know, they just receive me with open arms despite the difficult situation, and it was amazing just to see their hospitality, to feel it, and to be welcomed like this. On the other side, of course, it was burdening to see the living conditions, the discrimination also that they suffer from as a minority, and the social issues that go hand in hand with this discrimination.
And today morning you just showed me this very beautiful card that you're planning to send
Yes.
to Asia Bibi.
Yes.
You're following her case?
I've been following her case since long. Of course, it's very concerning for me as a Christian from the outside to see that there is a country where we have a blasphemy law that in most cases is used to settle personal conflicts rather than real issues, than real blasphemy. And the case of Asia Bibi, it's expressed, especially appealing. I mean, as she was living in a rural village, she was defending herself from being discriminated. And then she was put in jail for alleged blasphemy and even sentenced to death. This is something in Europe we have problems to understand. And for me, as a fellow Christian, I'm very concerned about such cases.
I want to say something here, Daniela, for my viewers, the Pakistani, especially the younger generation. I have a lot of empathy for Asia Bibi. In fact, my personal view is I believe she should be out of the jail, and those 6 Muslim women who caused her jail term or incarceration, they are the ones who should be inside. Because, well, it's a long discussion, but the point is, we welcome your criticism, and I want my viewers to listen to this very, very carefully, that Ms. Dungas here, Daniela Dungas, is a Christian who's working for Muslim Palestinians and seeking justice for them. And she's also very welcoming. We as Kashmiri activists, when we come here, we find strong support from her. So when she is telling us that she's concerned about one Pakistani Christian lady like Asia Bibi, we must listen with tolerance and an open mind to what she's saying. Why do you think, I know you want to say something to Pakistanis about Asia Bibi and how we should, you know, be more welcoming and open-minded when dealing with this case.
Well, the most important thing for societies is to have a diversity, but people of all religions and all parts of the society living together without any discriminations, without any distinctions. Each of us shall have the same rights, and there is no way to discriminate anybody based on his religion. And of course, it's important to respect each other, which means, of course, we shall never in any way insult anybody, never insult the faith of anybody. But of course, in the case of Asia Bibi, she was insulted also by those Muslim women. Or when we see the Christian colony that was attacked and burned 2 years ago, this is also blasphemy. This is disrespect. The Christian couple that was burned last year for alleged blasphemy.
Very tragic, yes.
This was very tragic, and of course it's appealing to me because I believe in justice, and I believe that in real diversity, that we as a multicultural society, we have to respect each other.
I have to tell you, Daniela, it appeals to me as well. I think 4 or 5 months ago, when this incident happened, and even much later after the incident, when I was putting my little baby girl to sleep at night, her mom was away, and I saw how my daughter was disturbed because the mom was away. I immediately thought about the kids of that couple. Exactly. Or the kids of Asia Bibi, the daughters.
They are traumatized.
They need the mother. They are at an age, they're teenagers.
I know.
It's very disturbing.
It's very disturbing.
And as a Muslim, I feel strong sympathy, and I do not believe my faith forces the jailing of a mother and taking her away from her.
I totally agree, and that's why I'm really advocating also. I mean, for an end of such discrimination. You cannot sentence somebody to death. Under international law, there is only one thing is tolerated for a death sentence, which is murder. But under international law, that's the only thing that's accepted. But there is no blasphemy under international law. Blasphemy or death sentence for blasphemy doesn't exist. And we have to learn to live together as a society, to respect each other without any discrimination. And it's in Pakistan.
Daniel, you're also working on Islamophobia, and you're countering Islamophobia.
Oh, definitely.
How are you doing that, and why are you doing that?
Well, it's an issue of big concern for me because I have many Muslim friends, and these Muslim friends respect me, and I respect them. And I see that there is, in Europe we have many Muslims, and there is a fear. People don't get close to each other, and there is a stigmatization sometimes, and people are really Islamophobe. There are articles in the newspapers that present Islam just as something, some extremist, as something that is not compatible with Western values, as something that is only suicide bombers. And I try to tell people, no, these are great people. We have Muslim friends and they need to be respected, and we need to integrate them. Just as I'm advocating for the rights of my Christian friends in your country, in Pakistan, and I'm glad that you are also supporting this issue, I am also concerned about those coming to our country. I want them to be integrated, I want them to be part of our society so we can live next to each other. I want them to have the possibility to live their faith. I want them to practice their religion. They shall have the right to pray, to act according to their religion. And that's what I'm demanding for my Christian friends in Pakistan, the same. I just believe that each of us has to work towards a society in which all parts can live together with mutual respect. The issue.
At the conclusion, I would just like to invite you to come to Islamabad, and as Kashmiri activists ourselves would like to host you, would like to increase your knowledge about Kashmir, and at the same time we would like to take you and visit, and by the way, you'll be pleased to know that some of our young Pakistanis who have joined our work on Kashmir. We have young Pakistani Muslims working with us, we have young Pakistani Hindus working with us, and we have young Pakistani Christians working with us.
That's very interesting. That's the way to go, and I'll be honored to accept your invitation, of course.
Thank you very much.
And,
thank you very much, Daniel, for joining me. Welcome back. आप देख रहे हैं एड क्यू। अमेरिका में नस्ली फसादात, चार्ल्सटन में एक शूटिंग हुई है चर्च में, जो कि बहुत पुरानी चर्च है, और वहाँ पे आपसे बहुत से लोगों ने फॉलो किया होगा वहाँ पे क्या हुआ है। मैं सिर्फ आपको ये बताना चाह रहा हूँ, सबसे पहले तो